Hello, Ed Raymer with you with the Edwin Lee Raymer Show. Hello, everybody. I hope you're staying warm outside. A low tonight in the possibly single digits, but a wind chill possibly in could get as low as -3, and I believe it, every bit of it. I'm telling you. So stay warm out there. I'm going to get right into this thing because we've got a lot of ground to cover and a little bit of time to cover it. And yes, I had someone ask me earlier today, said, Rob Mitchell going to be your guy? I said, yes. Said again, I said, yes. Because there's a lot of stuff going on here that folks you need to know about. Hello, Rob.
Ed, I love you, brother.
I love you. I don't think a lot of people are in love with us, but that's okay. I've been used to it all my life. But, I mean, you're an elected official. You should know that comes with the territory. We've got some things to cover here, and we're going to get right to it. Connor, if we could, Connor's on the board. Thank you, Connor. And we're going to get right to it. But for right now, my name is Edwin Lee Raymer, and yes, I'm still a private investigator. Welcome aboard.
This is the Edwin Lee Raymer Show with your host, Ed Raymer, on your Good Neighbor station, News Radio, WGNS.
All right, that's a little rock and roll for you, and I'm Ed Raymer of the Edwin Lee Raymer Show. That's your host, and glad to be with you again on a cold, chilly December night here, getting ready for the holidays. And this show's produced, of course, at the studios right here at WGNS AM 1450 FM 100.5, 101.9, right here in the heart of the great volunteer state in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Now, you can reach us tonight, and we hope you do, with your questions or your comments at 615-893-1450. It's 615-893-1450. And you can also send us a text to that number, and our producer, Connor, will be glad to read it over the air or hand it to me or Rob. We'll be glad to get it for you. Now, how do you find us? You know by now the good old-fashioned radio, AM 1450 on your radio dial, or FM 100.5, 101.9. And here we cover all of Rutherford County and worldwide on WGNSradio.com. You can find us there, pull it up, scroll over to listen live, and you can do it that way. My wife listens on Alexa, many other ways, Facebook Live and YouTube Live, and, just a number of ways you can find us. So if you reach out there and Google me, you'll be able to find the show, the Edwin Lee Raymer Show. Even on YouTube, WGNS, take the WGNS app. You can download it and take WGNS with you wherever you go. Listen whenever you wish. I didn't get to see Angela tonight. She doing all right? She doing good. Her and Angie Marie, good. I didn't get to see them. It's so cold. They got out of here. I think got home, got their feet in front of the fire by now. So, Rob, what's going on?
Oh, I don't know. You tell me. Yeah.
Well, I've been watching the media. Well, I don't know. For the first time, maybe I can. I've seen some meetings, and where do we stand on this thing? I just ask you point blank. I don't,
I mean, things are good in my corner of the world.
It sounds like it. It looks like
they're not so good over in the mayor's office.
No, they're not. Not really. Not at all.
No, he's been referred to the district attorney for 2 charges, either one of which could remove him from office.
Right.
And it was referred over because there was hard email evidence of violations that was provided to him.
Right.
Provided to the ethics committee.
Right. And I want to go over tonight. Let's see here. I've got them here. Yeah. You had a letter from Tim Rudd.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you're familiar with it, probably heart to heart. And I'm not going to read all of it, but I'll read, and I don't know, I guess Tim, I don't know if Tim wrote this or if you did, but here's what it says.
Tim wrote it.
Tim wrote it. Okay.
Tim wrote it.
Okay. Let me read this. And like I said, let me get my eyes on. And What is now evident is that revelations of the comptroller's direct payments to a dissolved organization could cause him embarrassment, if not removal from office. What better way to protect oneself than to discredit someone who might present evidence that could damage you? Is he using TNAAO? What is that again?
Tennessee Assessors Association of Assessing
Association of
Officers.
Assessors, right, as a silent ghost lobbyist. Their executive director is employed by several counties to lobby for revenue generation. Or is it even more insidious when I asked questions and resisted treating single-family rental properties? That's a big thing here that they're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. As single-family rental properties as commercial, I was attacked. My discoveries of the possible financial irregularities in the assessors organization simply intensified attacks. This thing with this is basically, this is a big part of what's going on here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that is charging 40% when they should be charging 25.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And this is something that's been going on, Ed. I've talked
I know
on
you
your
have.
show about it for the last
This is
2-3
going on.
years.
That's the last 2 or 3 years. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And
This is nothing new.
It's the desire to make the single family rental properties, commercial properties, was rolled out by the Assessors Association, and was the Assessors Association was used to convince
Right.
assessors that it was the appropriate thing to do and that the assessors could do it without a change in state law. Assessors across the board refused
Which
that.
cannot do.
No,
Yeah.
technically you can, but it would be, in most cases, overturned.
Overturned by
We
the
were-
Supreme Court or just about any court.
Local county board would be
Sure.
the first appeal for it
Sure.
to go to.
Yeah.
Under duress, we made that change that was requested here
Sure.
in Rutherford County by the comptroller's office because we were directed to do so. So we did it under duress, lest we be found in further noncompliance. So we did it. People appealed to the county board, which is their first appeal, and the county board unanimously reversed every single decision that the state comptroller's office required us to make. So
Sure.
it
Okay.
went back to the way it was supposed to be.
Right.
Now, they did that in Sumner County, but in Sumner County, the county board acquiesced to the desires of the comptroller's office, and they upheld
Out of political pressure, I'm
out
sure.
of political pressure
Sure.
because the county mayor up there used to be the assessor.
Yeah. Friends of a friend of a
Right.
Yeah, right.
So
okay.
that's why the backing was there with it. And it gives more revenue to the mayors, so the mayors don't have to go to the citizens and say, we need more money. They just pawn it off on the assessors. The assessors change the classification. It bumps in a few
Right.
more $1
Yeah.
million that they can put in, spend it however they want to.
And the bottom line is you just weren't willing to play ball.
No, I wasn't going to break the law.
Not in their ballpark anyway. We have a caller on the line. Connor, go ahead. Caller, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hello, Mr. Ed.
Hello.
How's it going, sir?
Going very well.
Well, that's good to hear. Good to hear. I've got a hypothetical for you I'd like to present, and you can answer for yourself. I'd like to hear what Mr. Mitchell says about it.
All right.
Y'all bouncing around. Let me assume for a moment that you, Ed Raymer, are the county mayor. Now don't. I hope nobody panics when they hear that.
I hope they don't either.
It's not real. It's not real. But let's assume you're a county mayor and
Okay.
you've got a side hustle, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can have a side hustle. You're perfectly legal to do that. But assuming that me or somebody else is a member of the county commission or a county official, and I've got a project that I want your support from, would it be slightly possible that I might use your side hustle to influence your support for my project by being very generous to your side hustle? And that seems to me that would create a potential conflict of interest.
I would think so.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would think so too. I don't. I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but it certainly is allowing an avenue for that to occur. But
You're talking about the honey in the mayor's office.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
You know, Rob, I'm sorry, may I call you by your? Do you have a name or some name we can call you?
You can call me Ted.
Ted. It's let me. You know, Rob and I were just talking about this. You know, we've seen this for years, and especially in local politics. Oh, you want a jar of that relish the wife had? Yeah, stop by the office. I'll get you a jar, no problem. But it was given. It was free.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Just stop by and pick it up. It may have been a friend of a friend, may have been a voter. It's fine. May have been saying, hey, it was good relish we had over the weekend that we eat at the picnic or whatever. Oh yeah, my wife makes it. I'll get you a jar. Stop by the office. I'll bring a couple jars, and you have a jar. That's different. We're talking about selling things now.
Right.
You know, and we've always had that in our life, or at least I have in my life. There's always been somebody making something or whatever the case might be. And, and it wasn't a problem. But now when you're actually selling, and I think what this honey sells for $22
$22
a quart or whatever it might be.
Maybe
a pint or whatever.
Yeah. It's not very big. It's
right.
Yeah, big. However big that is. On the
Ted, are you familiar with what pints cost? I figured you might be.
Different kind of pint. but the mayor has that too.
The last time you sold me one, I don't remember. No, I don't.
Okay. Okay. All right. May have been so long ago. Anything else for our good friend, Mr. Mitchell here?
No, that's about it. I just like to hear y'all's opinion about that and bouncing around with it. Maybe other people will have an opinion about it as well.
Sure.
I don't know if it's something that anybody's ever thought about, but it does seem to at least present an avenue for some influence peddling in some sort.
It does have a certain look to it, doesn't it?
It does.
It really does.
And
Yeah.
Obviously, it would be worse if you were the county mayor, but we don't go into that.
Hey, let me tell you something. Mama didn't raise no fool. Okay, I'm smart enough to stay out of where I don't know when I know I'm not supposed to be there. You should know that by now.
Yeah, your brother told me that one.
Ted, did you? Yeah, I know. Have you got my Christmas gift yet? I just wondered.
I haven't. I'll be watching the mail though.
Well, no, I've been asking everybody. This thing is spending $4,000 or $5,000 for a gift for me. We're going to cut that down to around $2,000. Well, it's $2,500 in your case this year. And I know last year you said you left the other one on the carport while we were gone, and I guess thieves took it. So please let me know, and I'll be there to see when you bring it. Okay?
Yeah, that does happen.
Well, I'm in a pretty rough neighborhood, but my county property assessor still charges me pretty good money just to live in that area.
I'd like to congratulate you, by the way. I mean, you're doing quite well. I first met you were tinting windows, and then next thing I know, you're an investigator and you're peeping in windows.
Right.
And now you've reached great heights with your broadcasting career, and I appreciate it. And I don't say great heights in with any deference to your wit. And I can
Ted, are there any other shows you'd like to call right now? Because I don't want to stand in your way.
Well, I do have someone knocking at the door, so I better go.
Well, there's a women's prison down the road, and and if you wonder if I treat all my callers this way, no, just you.
I
appreciate you. I
Thank
do
you, Ted.
appreciate you. Thank you, Ted. We appreciate you.
Have a good night.
Take care. That's a good friend of ours, needless to say, but he presents a good point.
Yeah. Well,
and a valid point.
That was one of the things they did question whether or not it was appropriate for the mayor to have be conducting sales out of his office.
Right. Yeah.
The mayor was quick to remind all of the commissioners that he had provided them with honey from his office.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And the county attorney brought up that there's no, since he's an elected official, while it would be a terminatable offense for a county employee, it's okay if an elected official does it.
Yeah.
Just as having whiskey in your office would be a terminatable offense if you were a county employee, if you're an elected official, it is not.
But it's not. You're under a different set of rules. Yeah.
Yeah.
In other words, you can have a bottle of whiskey in your office.
I won't have anything in my office. That
Right.
my
I know you
employees-
don't, but you know what I'm saying.
I mean,
yeah.
I was brought up that you don't ask somebody to do something that you're not willing to do yourself.
Sure.
And
Agreed.
you
That's
don't
right.
hold employees to standards that you yourself are not going to live under.
Right.
Doesn't matter if it's against the law or not. It is character. It is integrity.
Right.
And that's how I've always chosen to live my life that way.
Right.
And to do what is right.
Right.
And if I make a mistake, I do my best to correct it, and I'll admit it.
Sure.
If I make one.
And goodness knows, in that job that you have, there are going to be mistakes made. That's
There
part
are.
of it.
There are. It's going to be interesting how things turn out, because the county continues to move forward on certain things that they probably shouldn't, even though they've been advised not to.
Sure. Yeah.
They've gone through with an RFP to hire an outside auditor, which was suggested by the comptroller.
Naturally. Sure. Yeah.
Comptroller had no authority to direct them to do it.
Sure.
He simply suggested it, that he might do it if he was them. They have no authority to produce an RFP. So by producing an RFP and trying to interfere without the request or permission or participation of a constitutional officer, the county commission may have violated the state constitution and the federal constitution.
Sure. Yeah.
And in doing so, it is a legal liability, just as the mayor's use of the county lobbyist was a violation.
Sure. And, the bottom line is and I've never, I don't like saying this, but the bottom line is, you as a property assessor swings a pretty big stick in the county. I mean, you can, but
that's a misconception. Now, we have probably the most technically difficult job.
Sure. You got to deliver you're blamed with the bad news when the increases come.
And we're the ones that create the foundation upon which county government works.
Right.
However, as far as political clout, we don't carry all that much.
Right.
Because we have to come.
Sure.
We're not being a fee office, which means we don't operate out of excess fees like all of the other elected officials do.
True.
We're the only office that is beholden to the county commission for funds.
Right.
So they can strangle the office if they so choose by simply not allowing us to hire additional people or hire or purchase the software and tools that we need to do an effective job.
Right.
They have the power of the purse, even though they don't have the authority to dictate how the office runs. They simply cut off funds.
Sure. Right. Okay. We're going to go. Rob Mitchell's our guest, your Rutherford County property assessor. And folks, please stay with us. And if you have a call, please give us a call, 615-893-1450. Connor's going to take us to our first series of breaks, thanks to all of our sponsors as usual. And we'll be right back with you right after this. Stay with us. Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. If you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag them a run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219. Or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
And I want to tell you about a great friend of ours, J. Mullins Jewelers. You know, they've been in this county for going on 100 years now. And their new location is 1640 Memorial Boulevard, right here in Murfreesboro. Jewelry for any and all occasions, weddings, birthdays, of course, all holidays, Christmas and everything, getting real busy around the Christmas holidays. Check them out at 1640 Memorial Boulevard, right here in Murfreesboro. You know, J. Mullins Jewelers. Can't beat it. Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. You know, if you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag them a run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219. Or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I've waited and waited for someone I never see, but I'm so sentimental and I'm so hopeful you'll be here. So here I am every year, every Christmas. In my head, and I got my answer that first moment.
All right. One of the greatest voices you would have ever heard. He's no longer with us. Luther Vandross. Every year, every Christmas. Love that voice. Love that song.
I thought you were going to say that I am still here with you.
Well, you
said greatest voice you'd ever heard.
No, that would have been Ted. We did a duet years ago. Well, I'd rather not talk about it. It was one of those late night things. I love you always, you know, and all that. But it was a nasty breakup. You know, I'm going to read just a little bit more from this letter from Representative Tim Rudd. But I want to tell you something, and if you listen, and by the way, I don't know, I looked for Stephen Reynolds. He was supposed to be on the sidelines this afternoon, and I never did see him at the San Francisco game because the Titans went out to San Francisco and played a game. And Juwan Jennings, who is from Blackman, of course, when he caught a touchdown, he was going to try and get the ball to Stephen. Well, I saw him catch one touchdown pass, and I never did see Stephen. He was going to try to hand him the ball because Stephen and his son have sideline passes.
Wow.
So they've been there this weekend, and they're out to dinner probably right now as we speak. So at any rate, Stephen, if you're listening, at any rate, I hope you got your NFL football. Bring it in here. I want to see it. I'll be glad to sign it. That'll make it worth a lot more. And but Juwan is up for hopefully a big contract. He'll be a free agent, and I'm telling you, the young man is doing it. You know, we've got some fantastic athletes from here in Rutherford County that are seriously making some serious money. You know, and you know, good for them. They certainly earn it, whether you believe it or not. They do.
You can buy a lot of honey with that.
You just ain't gonna let it go, are you? Okay. This again was from Tim Rudd. And this and Rob, comment on this if you would.
Sure.
Overview and concerns regarding the comptroller's audit of the Rutherford County Assessor's Office. Background and meeting history over the past year. I've closely monitored the investigation in the Rutherford County Assessor's Office. During this time, I requested 2 meetings with the comptroller and his staff, one in August and another in November of last year. Now, I'm guessing this is November of 24. To discuss the details and objectives of the audit. The comptroller subsequently initiated a 3rd meeting in my office to provide further updates and address ongoing concerns. I have also met with the State Attorney General's office regarding issues of concern. Throughout the discussions, I emphasized the importance of ensuring the audit was conducted honestly and fairly. I raised concerns about the involvement of 2 Department of Property Assessors employees who were previously staff members of the local assessor's office, one of whom was a close associate of a former assessor from whom Rob Mitchell defeated for re-election. Mr. Mitchell later demoted him for cause. This individual engaged in verbally inappropriate behavior toward Mr. Mitchell and his staff during the audit process. Comptroller assured me that the employee would be removed from the process. However, a follow-up revealed that he remained present at the assessor's office. After informing the comptroller of what was occurring in his department, unbeknownst to him, the comptroller restricted his employees' access to the office, and though he continued to participate in the investigation and returned during the most recent shift audit period. Your comments, Mr. Mitchell, of where we're headed with this.
Well, my part of the audit is finished. We've done it. We've processed wrapping it up. All of that's accurate. There was some very dismissive and disrespectful language, which transpired, and I filed complaints with the Division of Property Assessments, and the director disagreed with me and said he didn't believe it. So that's where we are.
Right.
Hey there, you still there?
We have a caller?
Awesome. Yes, we do have a caller.
We do have a caller.
Yes.
Caller?
Yes.
Go ahead, you're on the air.
All right. I have watched the meeting where the comptroller, the entire thing, every minute, as long as it was, and to be quite honest, as boring as it was, because it was just one guy spouting stuff. The part that bothers me, I have contacted a few of our county commissioners, and they know I've actually had a few words with a couple of them, because I can't understand why they don't want to come like you're doing, straight to the source, Rob Mitchell, and if he's done something wrong, then make him face the music.
Right.
But they don't want to. They don't even want to find out what the music is. It's a case of why are they hiding and not saying, okay, we've heard one side of this story. Let's have Mr. Mitchell tell the other side before we just decide to throw it out there for several $100,000, possibly millions of dollars to do a full audit when something may not even be wrong.
The reason Rob is here, and the reason Rob has been here over the years, so much on this issue. And I believe in Rob Mitchell.
Our commissioners refuse to talk to him to find out what's going on.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's tried to speak to them. They don't want to hear. I mean, how can you possibly get to the bottom of a situation until you know the situation?
Well,
they want to just go hire somebody.
Right, yeah, and what we're getting at, and I think what Rob's getting at, Rob, correct me if I'm wrong, okay, if they won't listen to you any other way, than just normal, every day-to-day, communication, then go after them. You have to do it legally,
Yeah.
which is what you've done.
that's
And there's no
exactly
doubt
it.
you and your wife have spent some money here yourselves.
Oh, yeah.
And some sleepless nights, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah. That they're doing to the assessor's office something that they would not dare do to the sheriff's office or to any other elected official's office.
Sure, because they have arrest power.
I mean, they wouldn't. The county commission does not have the legal authority in a constitutional office. They can't go and order an audit of the registrar's office, the county clerk's office, the circuit court clerk's office, the trustee's office, the sheriff's office. They do not have that authority, yet they have done it. And by doing so, they violated not only the rights of the elected official, they violated the constitutional rights of every voting citizen in Rutherford County who elected me, right or wrong, to administer the assessor's office. So if they spend $1 million and it comes back that I did a terrible job, what does that mean? They have no authority to do anything.
Right.
Except spend the taxpayers' money. If it comes back that there's nothing wrong, which the numbers are showing, because it's less than 0.25% change in the tax roll.
Right.
So it's showing that there's really nothing there. So if we spend $1 million to review the properties and it comes back and says, well, gee, Rob was right. Who has paid that $1 million and to gain what? It's political, folks.
Sure,
and
it is.
The citizens
Yeah.
are being abused once again through this process. And the ringleader, if you look at the purchasing committee meeting, Mayor Carr, he left the ethics hearing where 2 issues were referred to the district attorney. He went up there, and while it was supposed to be the last thing on the agenda meeting, he made sure it was the first thing out of his mouth.
Exactly. Yes, I know. I've watched. I've seen some of these meetings. Caller, let me ask you. I'm guessing you live here in Rutherford County.
Yes, I do. Christiana.
Have you? Well, okay. Hello, neighbor. I live at what used to be County Farm Road. There's not much of it left anymore.
I got you.
But if I may ask you, I'm putting you on the spot. Have you been satisfied with Mr. Mitchell's performance as far as a public servant?
Yes.
You have.
Yes. And I didn't know him prior to this situation.
Right.
And, it's I mean, obviously, complaining about taxes, I think that's, sort of a rite of passage to be an American.
Sure, right, yeah. Okay.
But we know we have to pay something.
Sure.
And so I didn't really know him, but I've gotten to know him a little bit through this. Because the bottom line, I mean, the first thing is, to me, the county commissioners, the first thing they should do is you would think that they would firstly reach out to him and say, hey, Rob, what's going on here? What is all of this noise about?
Right.
But they haven't done that. The second thing is when a state official comes down and absolutely lambastes him, you would think that they would stand up and say, hang on. Why didn't you give us all of this information prior to so that we would be prepared?
Exactly.
And they didn't do that either. And then the one county commissioner at that meeting who really questioned what was going on and really tried to shine light on it, it was just a case of, don't worry, we're getting that stuff to you. But it's a big, big file. And I thought, so it's a big file. This sounds like a big deal.
Right.
Send the big file, and surely these folks, they got up and put their shoes on, so I would think they could read and write, probably know enough to be able to read through that big file, which he acts like that none of the county commissioners are capable of reading.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So it's the case of why have our commissioners not tried to get to the bottom of this before they decided to vote on this request for proposal? Because then the next thing is, after they voted to action, and a couple of them told me all we did was say that we wanted to at least explore that option.
Sure.
Like, but you don't even know if there's a problem.
Right.
I mean,
Sure.
if there
I
is
see
a
what you're
problem,
saying. Yeah.
figure out if there's a problem before you know, I'm not calling the police. I'm not calling the fire department before I find out there's not even a problem. I don't know why I called you guys. I just want to see the blue lights.
Right. Sure. I agree. Yeah. But, I'll tell you one thing, caller, that I would say, and I've followed this thing. Now, I am not an attorney, and I've read over many legal documents in my time because I served a bunch of papers. I've been involved. I've never been through a divorce, but I've been involved in more of them than you can imagine. When I served paper, I wound up right in the middle of mom and dad, okay? And then, of course, the mother-in-law and the father-in-law. That's always fun. But, I mean, this is a legal situation that the county has gotten itself in, and more expressly, the county mayor. And this requires, and I'm just going to say this, it requires some thought. It requires thinking. I mean, I had Mr. Carmen over, Mr. Mitchell's attorney, Bud Carmen. This man is not an attorney to be messed with. He knows what he's doing. If you have not heard that broadcast, I don't know, did you hear that broadcast, caller? I don't know.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you ought to go back and look it up. Bud Carmen that was on with me. And, I mean, this man is not to be played with, and he is still actively on the case. I mean, you're not hearing from him. Because he don't squawk at everything that walks by, but I mean, this is a serious matter, and these people now they're into something they don't know what to do, and it's easy to sit back and just throw mud at it.
To add to that, the travesty of this situation is that you would think that Rob would have the county backing him in this situation to protect him or try to protect him. But he's having to pay for this attorney?
Yeah, exactly. I know.
So it's a case of, I don't quite understand this. We have a county attorney, and first of all, I just heard on the segment before I came on, Rob, where you said that what they're doing is illegal or unconstitutional, you said.
Right.
Well, that makes me wonder, what is the county attorney's job? I would have thought the county attorney's job was to try to keep the county from doing things that were unconstitutional, illegal, unlawful, whatever.
In all defense, and I know Nick, don't get me wrong, and I'm not defending Nick. Nick's a big boy. Nick Christensen is our county attorney. But I've seen this before, caller, and he's stated to do so, and they just, whatever, and they don't pay any attention to it. They really don't.
No.
Rob, would you agree with that?
Yeah.
They just brush him off like, oh, well, that's your opinion. Well, it's a legal opinion, and he is engaged, and I agree. And Nick's very conscientious fellow. I know he's another one I served papers for years, and I'm telling you, and they just choose to just brush him off and, oh, okay, well, we'll get to that part later. Well, you're into that part now. The
one thing that I would like to see from him then, because I don't know him, but I would at least like to see him in a meeting or on your show or, in the paper, whatever, something to the effect of, as the county attorney, I have notified the county commissioners and the county mayor that, in my opinion, this is not a wise move, and they choose to go a different direction.
Right. I have a notice for you from none other than Miss Hope Oliver. She's commissioner at District 1 down in Laverne. And she says, and hope you don't mind me, you send it to me on a text. I'm going to read it. If I'm in trouble with her, it won't be the first time. It probably won't be the last. Let the caller know that this commissioner has met with Mr. Mitchell and asked his side of the story. The commissioner asked questions. I voted nay. So
yes, she did.
She did. Yeah.
There was a reason why it was a voice vote, too.
Right.
And she was one of the commissioners that I called.
Really?
And spoke with.
But she's a good one.
And she was one of the commissioners that told me that she was not going to just vote without trying to find out what was going on.
Well, caller, I want
That
to
was
say
what I
that.
was asking them. Call Rob and ask him what's going on. And then if you vote against him, you vote against him.
Sure.
But at least let me know that you tried to get to the bottom of it before you voted without knowing the details.
Well, that's true, and we have in this letter from Tim Rudd, our state representative, and everybody's had issues with state representatives. I know that, I understand that, but he's telling the truth. And in here, Rob, I believe it mentions square footage in a home.
Mm-hmm.
There may be areas in a home upstairs that are not finished for habitation yet.
Right.
You don't charge for that square footage.
The state does, apparently. That's what they ordered us to do.
Yeah.
Based on measurements from Redfin and Zillow.
Right.
Without
Caller,
going out.
You see what we're talking about, caller?
Yes, sir.
So, I mean,
I follow this thing completely.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, okay? Rob Mitchell has in his employ an appraiser that this family, our family, or my wife and I especially, have used on every single piece of property we've ever bought or sold, and he's never told us wrong, okay? This guy, I'll put him up against anyone, anywhere in this country, not just here in this county or this state. These people know what they're doing. You know, and I can't go out here tomorrow morning and buy a drone at Walmart and fly it over a bunch of counties, a bunch of cities, or a bunch of houses in the county and say, okay, here's what I ascertained from my drone flight. That's not going to fly. It's not going to work. You know, you have to know who these people are. Are there errors probably on my own property? I don't doubt there probably are, but I'm going to bet that the assessor's office has erred on my behalf.
Yeah. We always give the benefit of the doubt to the taxpayer.
Benefit of the doubt to the taxpayer. You have to do it. So, you know, caller, I want to tell you, I thank you so much. Rob,
I appreciate you calling in because
I truly
it gets
do.
lonely over here.
It does. It truly does, caller. Thank you so much.
All right. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. And Rob, to you, I'm sorry you're having to deal with this, but hopefully truth will prevail.
Well, it will. And the big thing that bothers me is the citizens are the ones that have to pay for this. I understand that a lot of county commissioners are upset with me because I stood up and I said that their 16% tax rate increase that was proposed by the mayor and that they adopted was excessive and unnecessary, and I asked them to please find other ways to balance the budget rather than on the backs of the citizens. And that is why the county commission, I believe, is a little irritated with me.
Sure.
But I'm fighting for our citizens because I live here. I raise my family here. It is difficult to make ends meet in this county. My wife's father-in-law had a saying, her grandfather, if you buy things you don't need, you're going to need things you can't buy.
Right.
That's a good one.
And that's where we are.
Right.
And I told that to Dave Ramsey, and he stole it from me. Doggone it.
Caller, let me ask you, and I don't mean to bog you down, but would you like a copy of this letter from Tim Rudd on Rob Mitchell's behalf?
I have it.
You have it?
I don't. I have a. Yes, I've read the whole letter.
You're the one that hijacked my email. Finally found it. Okay, you've got it. You recorded that, didn't you, Connor? We're on tape with that. Okay, we've got that. No, I mean, everyone.
I'm at Corpus Christi.
Okay. No, you know, everyone should read that letter. I mean, this is from our elected state representative. Says, you know, look, folks, in essence, what he's saying is, you know, quit wasting everybody's time. The man's trying to do his job for this on behalf of the citizens of Rutherford County, you know. And I don't know what's so hard about that, really.
You know, one of the things that when the comptroller initially came down and with the dog and pony show, they kept making out that there were mistakes made.
Oh, yeah.
And as a result, the county was being shortchanged. And this is the thing with mistakes. There's a funny thing about mistakes. if they're truly mistakes, sometimes if I'm working for you, the mistake is in your favor.
Right.
Sometimes the mistake is not in your favor. Therefore, it's a mistake. If it's always in your favor, then apparently I'm cheating somebody for your benefit.
I'd say that's pretty good. Pretty good analogy right there. Thank you very much.
A lot of wisdom in that.
There is. Caller, I want to thank you so much. We appreciate your support. I hope you listen to our show on a regular basis. We try to really do this. Sometimes we go off the rails. I understand that. That's my fault. But on this matter, I've been very, very forthright on this. This man's a friend of mine, and that has nothing to do with it. But I say that, but yes, it does, because I mean, I've had no complaints. Hey, you're going to have more evidence than what you've got to come after this man with me.
Absolutely. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Have a great holiday, sir. Thank you very much.
Too.
We
Thanks
appreciate
so
it.
much.
Okay.
Merry Christmas.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Take care. Well, I'll tell you what, you got one supporter out there,
There we go.
anyway.
There we
okay.
go.
Connor's going to take us to our last break. Thank you, caller, once again. We appreciate all of our callers. Thank you, Ted. And we're going to be back with you right after this. Rob Mitchell is our guest, your Rutherford County property assessor. Connor's on the board. My name is Ed Raymer for the Edmund Lee Raymer Show. We'll be right back with you right after this. Stay with us. Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. If you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag them a run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219, or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
And I want to tell you about a great friend of ours, J. Mullins Jewelers. They've been in this county for going on 100 years now. And their new location is 1640 Memorial Boulevard, right here in Murfreesboro. Jewelry for any and all occasions, weddings, birthdays, of course, all holidays, Christmas and everything, getting real busy around the Christmas holidays. Check them out at 1640 Memorial Boulevard, right here in Murfreesboro. J. Mullins Jewelers. Can't beat it. Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. If you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag them a run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219, or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
And I want to tell you about a great friend of ours, J. Mullins Jewelers. They've been in this county for going on 100 years now. And their new location is 1640 Memorial Boulevard, right here in Murfreesboro. Jewelry for any and all occasions, weddings, birthdays, of course, all holidays, Christmas and everything, getting real busy around the Christmas holidays. Check them out at 1640 Memorial Boulevard, right here in Murfreesboro. J. Mullins Jewelers. Can't beat it. And we are back. Everyone, thank you for being with us tonight. We've got about 10 minutes left here. Rob, we lost a fine public servant over this last few days. I just found out yesterday, Rhonda Allen.
Yeah. That was a tremendous loss to the community.
Out of Smyrna. She was a Smyrna gal, and but terrible loss because she was a force to be reckoned with.
She was passionate about about Smyrna and about all of Rutherford County.
Right.
And I believe if she had had 2 more weeks of campaigning, she would probably be
she would have been elected her county mayor.
She'd have been the county mayor.
Yeah.
Hands down.
It was very close. Mayor Carr only beat her like 200 and
couple hundred votes.
Couple hundred votes. It was very, very close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody knows the election numbers.
Well,
better
and
than me,
it was so with Randy Allen, I think the top 3 candidates, it was very, very, very close. You know, and
it's tremendous. You know, my heartfelt condolences go out to Rhonda's family. My mom for years cut her older sister's hair.
Really?
You know,
unbelievable.
So, you know, families are connected in ways
it
that you don't know
yeah,
that they are.
that's right. Yeah,
and it's a terrible loss. It really is.
It is. Yeah, because you like to, you know, I heard a story once, and it came out of Washington. But one of the senators or congressmen or whatever had lost one of his so-called, quote, enemies, okay, on the other side of the aisle. And said, your comment, because you all never really agreed politically on anything, he said, I'm saddened. And said, well, why would that be? He said, I now have no one else to fight with. You know, no one to go back and forth with on the issues. You know, and it seems like that's been forgotten.
Well, honest
you can
debate,
disagree with a person and still get along with them.
Honest debate. There's nothing wrong with it. That's
not
what
a thing.
Our democracy was set up.
That's what it is. Yeah,
it's not a bunch of yes people going along and simply trying to do whatever they think is necessary to appear important.
And to get reelected.
Right. Getting reelected has become more important to most politicians these days than actually serving the citizens, and that's sad.
Right. Yeah. Getting reelected. It. You know, I heard a story too, again, out of Washington, and this may be getting true on the state level, but they told a newly elected congressman up there, and they pulled them in. They have their orientation, and said, you know, okay, I've got stuff I want to get past. Said, no, you don't. Said, you get in there and get on that phone and start fundraising. Said, what are you talking about? Said, your job for the next year is to raise money and get reelected.
Dialing for dollars.
Yeah, dialing for dollars. We got a caller? Mm-hmm. We have a caller on the line. Caller, go ahead, please.
Yeah, this is Mark Riddle.
Hey, Mark, how are you?
He is.
Hey, good to hear you. Rob, I followed you since the campaign days on Facebook best I could, and try to keep a job, too.
By the way, Rob, this is an accountant you're talking to, so be careful, Rob. Your figures will be double-checked.
I have been interrupted a couple times tonight, and I didn't get started till about 5 after 8, so I've missed a thing or two, and I don't want you to have to rehash everything people have had to listen to. But tell me a couple of things. One is, because of your situation and who you're subject to and all that, not being a fee-based office, what is your redress for if the county commission decides to not fund, you know, personnel, whatever? What do you have to do to deal with that?
We have to suck it up and do with what we can. Not being a fee office, we don't have constitutional statutory standing to sue for adequate funding.
Okay, so you can't sue in Chancery Court.
Nope.
Okay, I just wondered about that. And the other thing was I didn't really get a handle on where is the investigation into the county mayor and his situation. Where does that stand?
That's been 2 counts were sent over to the district attorney. One was for the release of information on a potential hire, someone that was going to be hired in the office. There was apparently coordination of the release of that information to news sources that would not have been obtained otherwise. That's one of the things that's going over. That's abuse of authority, misuse of office. The other one was the use of the county lobbyist, who happens to be the executive director of the Assessors Association.
And is a lobbyist for several other counties.
A lobbyist for Williamson County, for Davidson County, for Blount County.
Right.
So used his services to craft a political campaign and get him involved in a political fight against me, which is also a misuse of a county resource because he's being paid specifically to lobby for the County Powers Relief Act, not to form a political vendetta and campaign against another elected official in a political campaign. So those two are referred to the district attorney for investigation, and we'll just see how that comes out.
You know, it's so interesting to me. I worked in the courthouse in the 70s, back when Ben Hall McFarland was the county executive, which is what it was called then, not county mayor. And
Oh, yeah.
we had a 42-member county commission and eventually cut it down to 21. But I've seen all those kinds of things with elected officials and problems getting along, if you want to, for lack of a better term. And I, kind of like I said, followed you back through the campaign and stuff, and I've not ever felt like there was anything, that you were doing that anybody needed to be concerned about. And it just aggravates me for two reasons. One is just, giving somebody a hard time that doesn't need to get it. And the other is because I'm paying for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, we're all paying for it, Mark. Yeah.
And I don't guess there's any way to deal with that except, through elections.
I guess. Right. To
Anyway,
finally.
guys, I appreciate all the stuff you've done tonight, talking about it and all that. And good show, Ed, as always. Thank you.
Mark, thank you so much. Mark, listen, we have to get together that cup of coffee, okay?
I agree, Ed. We need to have it.
We do, and
you come to my office and have it. I give it to you for free, no charge.
Could we get a donut or anything out of that deal?
No, I can't sweeten it with honey either.
What, Mark? Go ahead, Mark.
Rob, you weren't in office when a guy named Ben Womack worked up there, were you?
Yes. Ben worked for me.
Ben worked for you?
Yeah, good
Okay.
guy.
Ben was a good friend of mine, a real good friend of mine, and we hated to lose him and stuff. I couldn't remember who was in office when he had his aneurysm and stuff.
Well, I wasn't there when he had his aneurysm, but he came back and he worked for me when his kidneys started failing. Was when his doctor told him he needed to retire, and I really hated to lose him.
He did go back after he got well enough to drive again and all that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. I'm sorry you're having to go through what you're having to go through, but hopefully it'll all come out.
I think there's light at the end of the tunnel, and that light's getting bigger. And Mark, on this cup of coffee, now you're buying, right?
Yes, I'll buy it.
That's on tape, Connor. You got that?
Well, I just said if you guys could come to my office, you could drink for free.
Well, we might just go up there and let Rob.
Okay. Drink what?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Thank you, Mark.
All right. You guys have a good night.
Thanks,
All right.
Mark.
Take care. Stay warm.
Thank you.
Mark
All right,
Riddle.
we'll try.
Thank you, Mark. Mark Riddle, good supporter of this broadcast, good friend, and you've got some people out there on your side. You never hear from them until, I'm glad you came up tonight.
Well, I mean, people, everything that I'm not going to say I do everything right. God knows
Sure,
I make
I know.
mistakes. And a lot of times I'm blunt. If somebody asks me a direct question, I'll give a direct answer because I believe they actually want to know the truth, not, sugar-coated, political hogwash.
Sure.
I'm just going to tell them what I believe. And that may be wrong, and if I'm wrong, tell me, and I can be convinced to change my mind.
Fine.
I'd rather be correct than consistent.
Sure. Yeah.
And I sure don't want to be consistently wrong. But, it's the taxpayer money. There's not a single thing that goes on in county government that the taxpayer does not pay for.
That's right.
And my real concern, because I see people coming up that are hurting. That, the two people that see people hurting and are pained more than anybody else in county government, the trustee and the assessor.
True. Right.
We are the two offices that feel people's pain more than anyone else. And if I hate waste,
Sure.
I don't want to spend a dime if I don't have to.
Yeah, and especially though when it's blatant waste.
Right. We
And-
have, I was told spend all of my budget.
Right.
Blow it out.
Yeah.
And I refuse to do that.
Use it or lose it. We've all
And to
heard
prove
that.
people that I wouldn't do that, we put our budget online so you can see monthly how much we've spent
Right.
out of our allocated budget, because it's your money
Right.
that every office in government is spending. We must do a better job of telling people what's being spent. We have to stop treating the public like they're naive children.
Right.
They're not.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to really think long and hard. Is saving a dime or saving $1,000 on a program, is it worth one family's suffering?
Right.
And I don't believe that it is.
Rob Mitchell's been your guest tonight. He is your Rutherford County Property Assessor, and I want to thank you for doing
I
this. Thank you
appreciate
so
you
much.
letting me
No,
come here.
thank you, and I think you can tell by our calls you're gaining support, and if you call Ted Cloud support, but
Hey, he's a good one.
that he is, and a pretty sharp fellow too. Ted's no dummy. Rob, if I don't see you in a while, your family, have a great Christmas.
You too. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you being here. And all the rest of you will be back next Sunday. And I'll tell you what, till next Sunday night at 8 o'clock, Ed Raymer for the Ed and Lee Raymer Show. Until then, I'll catch you down the road. Good night.